What up, though? This is your boy BC430. You are watching Dead End Sports 365, where sports opinions collide. This is your boy, of course, BC430. Y'all know me. Y'all should know me by now. So this is real quick, real quick. I know y'all. I think the last video y'all see me did by myself, I was talking about the great draft that the Pistons has had. A great offseason that the Pistons have been having. This year so far in 2022. Got a lot of myself Piston fans, diehard Piston fans like myself. We're really excited about what could be in the future. You know what I'm saying? The possibilities is endless with what can happen with this roster and how good these guys can hopefully mesh well and gel well together and probably being a competing team, a team that's competing hopefully for a title. You know what I'm saying? Not just more so just playoffs, but just being a team like, hey, yo, look, title year or bust. Hopefully we can get to that point. I'm not saying we are. It's just hopeful. But since we've been, since the Pistons or everybody been talking about how Detroit's been making these moves, doing all this, blase. I want to touch on moments where Pistons dropped the ball, particularly in the NBA draft, not just free agency, just NBA draft. All right. So I came up with like a list of like 5 to 6 times where the Pistons shit the bed in the draft. Okay, now obviously the number one, I'm just gonna name this one out the way. Of course, the Darko Milicic. Picking Darko with the number 2 overall pick when you had Carmelo, you had D Wade, Chris Bosh, all there, right there in your hands. You know what I'm saying? But granted, if we picked some of these guys, ain't no telling if we would have won a championship that 04. People say that, but you got to think about how much it would have set us great for the future. So of course, Darko, that's easy. Got to say Darko in 2003 draft. But I'm gonna say some drafts that I think people forgot about or people didn't realize where Detroit messed up at. So the first one I'm gonna say, this was the one I remember watching TV in this one. 2017 draft. Literally, we was picking right before Utah. I can't remember the actual draft pick, but it was like 13 or 14 or something like that. I was literally yelling at the TV, pick Donovan Mitchell. Pick Donovan Mitchell. Please, Pistons, get him. They picked Luke Kennard. Is Luke Kennard still with us? No. He's like a bench role player now, I think for the Clippers last time I saw him. But yes, Donovan, we selected Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell in the 2017 draft. Another one. Even though this guy wasn't super highly touted coming out of college, but we had a chance to fill that void, and we didn't. We selected Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker. Like I said, a little, Devin Booker wasn't like, oh my God, you got to get this guy quick, fast. But I think that was the position we messed up at because we still needed a 2 guard at that time. I know we had KCP, but no. So Devin Booker, Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker. Another one. I would say these 2 guys over the guy we drafted. In the 2011 draft, we selected Brandon Knight. At the time, we could at least got Kemba Walker because Kemba Walker was on fire. His first like 5 or 7 years in the NBA, Kemba Walker was a solid player. He was a solid point guard. You know what I'm saying? And Kawhi Leonard. Granted, Kawhi wasn't super highly touted out of San Diego State, but in the grand scheme, looking at it now, why did we pick one of those guys? Why didn't we pick one of those guys over Brandon Knight? Like, come on. Another one, 2010 draft. Greg Monroe over Paul George. Now, granted, I think Paul George was out of high school. Greg Monroe, at least he was at Georgetown, so you get to see what he could have did. But Greg Monroe, no. And I get it. Pistons are never the type of organization that's going to just take a chance on high school guys like that. So I kind of get it. But still, looking back, if we could have got Paul George, that would have been nice. That definitely would have been nice in that 2010 draft. And I think I'm going to name a draft that I think, this was kind of during the time when I was a kid. So people are not going to, a lot of y'all folks watching, y'all probably not going to remember this, but we picked Antoine Carr over Clyde Drexler. At the time, we had Isaiah Thomas. We needed a running mate for Isaiah Thomas. We could have got his shooting guard running mate with Clyde Drexler, but we end up going with Antoine Carr, who was a good rebounder, but he didn't even play like a season with us. He wasn't even there for long. He was there for like one season, then he was gone. And then, the rest is history. But, we end up getting Joe D, so we got to run him mate anyway. But at that time, we already had Zeke. We could have had a superb shooting guard for the next decade in Clyde Drexler, a tall shooting guard at that. You know what I'm saying? But, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look too bad now because look what ended up happening. Dumars and Zeke end up being one of the probably top 3, top 5 best backcourts that the NBA has seen. So there you have it. So that'll do it for my Pistons F up list of the NBA draft that they did. That, man, had a lot of us Pistons fans scratching our head and being so mad at the organization. So that's why I think I'm so happy with what's been going down these last month and a half. It's just like, this is good to see, man. Troy Weaver's been doing a great job as a GM. So I just hope that these pieces come together and, maybe in 3 more years I can say, yeah, like, what's up now? Pistons top 3 teams in the East, blase. But who knows? We don't know. But I just want to say that. I just wanted to make a quick video. I know it's funny. Make y'all, laugh. Go ahead and laugh at me about the Darko pick. Laugh, people. But it's all good. But as always, man, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys sub. Tune in. Guys they're already back. They came back this past week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock, 9:30 p.m. here on this channel. Be sure to check it out. And I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.